All right, you guys. So in other news, the price of living is making people just absolutely give up. They're done with it. They're done with paying rent. They're done with paying a car note. They're done with high insurance premiums. They're done with all of it. They're done with the grocery store runs. They're done with spending so much money at the grocery store. They're tired. They just want to go off the grid. They want a first-class flight to the moon. That's exactly what they want. They just want to give up. They don't want to do it anymore. And you know what? By the look of things and lately how things have been looking with tariffs and everything else, prices are not coming down. Target has announced it. Walmart has announced it. Best Buy has announced it. Everyone has announced that prices are going up. So your wallets better be ready. You guys, make sure you leave a like on this video. I would really appreciate that. Also, comment. You know, I love reading some comments, but let's dive right into the price of living and how this epidemic is making people give up. Let's see what the hell is going on today.
You have the good job on paper, the nice apartments, and a decent car, but we're all literally just one flat tire away from not eating for the rest of the week.
Everybody's saying a breakthrough is coming. Just wait on it. I know things are bad. You know, just wait on it. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all ain't got much time left before I start doing crime.
I should not have to be holding my breath with my chip inserted, trying to see if this $5 worth of gas is going to go through or not, and then having a sigh of relief because there's a line behind me. My car does not have insurance, does not have gas, and the AC don't work.
With the cost of groceries right now, I think I'm gonna have to start selling pictures of my butthole online. I don't know what else to do here.
So I'm seeing a lot of content where the baby boomers and some millennials and some Gen Xers are complaining about Gen Zs tapping out and how lazy they are and so on and so forth. And I'm here to tell y'all that, and I'm speaking to you Gen Z people, I am probably one of the very few people who thinks that y'all tapping out and giving up, or whatever you want to call it, is genius as fuck.
I don't think people should give up. I don't think that's a smart idea. I don't think that's a smart idea at all, because guys, stop relying on or thinking that social media is going to make you rich because you see the handful or more than handful, the great amounts of people that have high follower count or high likes on their videos. That means they're getting paid more than me and they have a lavish life. No, that does not mean that. You know how volatile it is to be a YouTuber? Guys, I'm not even getting paid on this channel yet. I mean, I'm very close. So make sure you watch these videos all the way to the end because I'm so close to the 4,000 hours of watch time. But you guys know how volatile it is. I have another channel, right? A gaming channel that's monetized, but it's so volatile, I don't even rely on it. The money is just not, you know, work a job. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Work a job.
Okay. As a 32-year-old millennial something who has consistently house hacked, lived with other people, went home, lived with my parents, currently live with someone now, and always worked full time, had 2 degrees, for all intents considers themselves a professional, like did what I was expected to do, and still always stressed and always worried about finances and income. They lied. They lied to us. And I often ask myself, okay, what are you going to do? And so I ask you all, what are you going to do? We cannot continue to live the same way. We're not going to get the benefits and the privileges of past generations. So what are we going to do to take care of ourselves?
Proof millennials have it the hardest.
Millennials will be the first generation since the 1800s that are worse off than their parents in American history. We are overeducated, overworked, lonely, depressed, and poor in almost every metric across the board. First off, will be? No. Millennials are the first generation since the 1800s, okay? It's not will. We are already feeling this way, okay? I can attest to this as a millennial. And I mean, I'm like in the middle, purebred millennial. I feel this in my heart and in my soul, okay? Definitely overeducated, overworked, can be lonely sometimes. I've been depressed more times than I can count. Definitely been poor these days, and it's sad compared to Other generations that were before us, unfortunately, were just not doing as well as they were. But we did live through a lot of unprecedented events, okay? And we were told this dream, the American dream, that is technically a scam. You're supposed to graduate from college, find a great job, find you a husband, have some kids, and have the perfect life. But that's not how, and buy a house, which none of us can afford. It's just not, it's not in the cards for a lot of us. Some of us, yeah, have all the good things and all the bad or whatever, but a lot of us, we're like this, okay? Struggling. The struggle bus is real out here.
Before he jumps in and starts talking, I do want to break down what she said about the generation is depressed and I'm lonely and I'm sad and, you know, we've been through so much. Yes, we've been through a lot. We all have. And so has the baby boomers and Gen Z, X, Y, yellow, blue, green. We all been through it. But guys, you know what's causing your depression and your stress? Exactly what you're venting on TikTok. Do you know social media companies have been all the way to the Supreme Court about depression and what social media does to people, right? So when you're constantly staring into TikTok's screen, the world of TikTok, and you're seeing so many people, because TikTok tends to push the, sometimes a viral video will be coming from someone that's not so well off, but most of the videos that's pushed in front of you are showing someone in a beautiful home. They're showing beautiful cars. They're showing this lavish lifestyle. Oh, come do an unboxing with me. Oh, let's do this Target haul. And you're looking at them like, why can't I do it? Why can't I have that beautiful refrigerator with a touchscreen on it? Why can't I have this nice car? Why is my life so bad? And then you fall into a depression. Why can't I have that perfect family? You fall into a depression because you are relating and putting yourself against other people that you don't know, and you don't know their stipulations or standards or how they got there. So that's the problem, guys. Put down the social media. Put social media down. It will change your life for the better. That is the big difference between us and our parents. Not even us, because I was born in an era where social media wasn't even a thing. I grew up in an era where social media wasn't a thing. Social media didn't become a thing in my life until I was like maybe 13 or so, when MySpace roughly came out. That's when social media became actually a thing for me. And those 13 years prior, we didn't have that. We had pagers. We had big block Nokia cell phones. The only game we had was Snake. And yeah, that was life. And it was great. And our parents had less than that. And that's why they didn't have depression, because all they could do is focus on work, focus on their family, focus on saving money. You guys are so focused on what the next person is doing and what the next person posted and what the next person's life is looking like that you can't even focus on your own. That is the key component and why everyone is doing so bad nowadays. You know, I can understand the inflation is high. Everything's high. The cost of living's high, yes. But things will be much better if you just put down social media and you just took it on head on, right? Don't come venting to social media. Just take it on head on.
Is so depressed because everybody's third place is social media. Our parents' generation,
right.
our grandparents' generation, everybody had three places: work, home, and social settings. And nobody's social setting or third place back in the day was Instagram or TikTok.
That's it.
Back
That's
in the
right.
day after work, people would go to a pool hall, a bar, a golf course, and actually converse and hang out face to face. These social interactions gave everyone a sense of community and a sense of identity outside of their house and outside of work, which is what we need as humans. But our generation has replaced these social gatherings with Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Yep. And social media is the opposite of healthy. Face-to-face interactions literally make you happier, less depressed, less anxious. Social media amplifies your anxiety, amplifies your depression, and makes you sadder. Instead of seeing the same 10 friends every day after work, you're now consuming the opinions and the lives of thousands of people at a time on social media. Our brains are not wired to keep up with thousands of people's lives on social media. It's too much. Not to mention, everyone's social media is a highlight reel. You're comparing your entire day to someone's best moment of the entire day. Of course you're going to feel anxious. And not to mention, everyone on social media is toxic. People say things on social media that they would never say to you face to face, which is why we need to bring back in-person third places, make the bar great again after work, make the pool hall great, make book clubs great again. No more social media.
42% of Gen Z have a diagnosed mental health condition.
Well, yeah, social
Why
media.
is that significantly higher than any other generation? Here's a quick timeline of why I think that's so high. The first Gen Zs were born around 9/11, a time of great mistrust and uncertainty in this country. As kids, practicing school shooting drills was a regular thing. Then in 2008, we witnessed the Great Depression and saw loved ones lose their jobs. Then as prepubescents, we were handed iPhones and social media, which turned into addiction and decrease in social in-person interaction. Then most Gen Zs spent their peak times of high school or college during COVID. Have you noticed the theme of uncertainty yet? And now Gen Z's entering the workforce where they can't get a job, can't pay rent, and can't afford groceries. Gen Z is not lazy. They are reacting to the set of circumstances that was handed to them, which explains why.
You want to know why it seems like millennials and Gen Z are just the most depressed generations ever? It's because we are. But there's a real reason for that. Millennials and Gen Z are honestly the first two generations to see the bullshit for what it was. And not only that, we're the first two generations to actually speak out against the bullshit. Like me, for example, I'm a millennial. I'm a younger millennial. I was born in 1991, which essentially is just 6 years before Gen Z. We were the generation that were told by our Gen X and Boomer parents that if you go to college, get a degree, you graduate, you get a good job, that's all you gotta do, right? So we said, all right, cool. We went to college. We got our degrees and we started to graduate in the late 2000s and early 2010s.
That's crazy work. This guy was born in 91 and I was born in 89. Do I look old? Am I old? Cause damn. I was born in 89, you guys. Put the math together on how old I am. And yeah, I mean, I guess I look like I'm like 18, you know? I could slide for 18, you know?
And those degrees didn't mean a damn thing. As a result, we looked at our Boomer and Gen X parents like, why the fuck did you lie to us like that? It's not their fault. They technically didn't lie to us because the reality of when they were growing up, yes, degrees actually mattered. In fact, a lot of our parents got turned down for jobs because they didn't have degrees. They just didn't know that the world would change right as they were telling us that. Bro, we are really the transitional guinea pig generation. Like when I was born, VHS and cassette tapes were popular. But when I graduated college, we had already started to transition into fully digital media libraries.
Streaming.
Literally everything ended and began with my generation. Millennials grew up with so many promises that we all thought we were going to be straight if we just followed the formula. That was never the case, bro. So now, here we are in our early 30s, mid 30s, late, some of us even in our early 40s now, still on own homes, still in apartments, still kind of just winging it in life. And it's even crazier is the fact that the government still sees millennials as children, not realizing that the oldest millennial is in their fucking 40s, bro. We're depressed because we're in a stagnant state. You know what I'm saying? We have not been able to grow. Most millennials' lives honestly have not changed over the last 10 years. You might make a little more money than you did back in 2014, but your living circumstances and all that kind of shit, most likely, it ain't really changed much. Still living in an apartment. You either got the credit score for a house, but you don't got the income, or you got the income, but you don't got the credit. And then with the interest rates being so crazy, it's honestly cheaper to rent a house than it is to buy one. Not to mention that millennials and Gen Z are the generations that just been bombarded with information for our entire lives. Like, yes, awareness is good, but listen, man, too much of anything is a bad thing, and too much awareness definitely takes a toll on your mental health, man. Like everyday war, genocide, famine, gas prices, interest rates, job market. We know too much. Is overwhelming. Everything's expensive now. When I was in college, I used to go to McDonald's and get a McDouble, a McChicken, a large fry, and a sweet tea for $5.35. I put that same meal in my McDonald's app cart the other day. That motherfucker was $12. And our parents had the audacity to ask us, did we have McDonald's money back in the day? Motherfucker, you mean $4? So yeah, man, if it seems like millennials and Gen Z are just the most depressed and cynical ass generations, it's because we are. For a lot of valid ass reasons. None of us know what the hell going on. We just out here winging it, man.
I agree to what he was saying. I definitely agree to some of the things. Say you either have good credit and you don't have the money to get a house, or you have the money to get a house, but you have bad credit. Guys, I had the worst credit that you can think of. I was a dumb 18-year-old. I used to go get laptops and things from certain stores that would, you know, just finance for it. I didn't know what I was doing. I would get the laptops, and just because I wanted money, I would go finance for $5,000, get a $3,000 laptop, go take it to a pawn shop unopened, and get like $800 cash for it. Yeah, that was me, and I was not on drugs. I never did drugs at all, ever. None hard drugs. I mean, you know, there's nothing with a little bit of green bush, but I've never done anything beyond that. Now, guys, I did some dumb things as a young guy. I mean, I got many phones in my name. I mean, the little booths in the mall. When you're a young 18-year-old, you go sign your name up if you get a new phone. And yeah, you don't have the money to pay for it, but they would hand you a phone. That's kind of like the entrapment that was going on back then when I was 18. You know, that was close to almost close to 20 years ago, almost close, you know, roughly 18 years ago. But guys, you have to be smart. Like the Gen Zs, you guys do have a little bit of an upper hand because you do see a lot of this stuff on the forefront. You do see that you do need great credit. You need to build your credit. What I used to build my credit was a self app. I started putting bills in my name. I paid things early and I got my credit up. Now I'm at an 800 plus credit score. I did what I needed to do. Guys, I got a job, and the current job that I'm working at, I've been working for 10 years now. 10 years of my life I've been going to this job, and this job has put me into my first home. Guys, just do it. Just do it. Put down social media. Put down what you're seeing on social media, the get rich quick scheme, thinking that you're going to become a content creator on YouTube to make millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you don't even want to work for it. Guys, you know how hard YouTube is? YouTube is one of the hardest things that you can ever do because, trust me, it's not all shit and bubbles that you think it is. It's just not. But I'm just saying.
That video of that Florida couple. The husband is 77 and the wife is 66, and they were forced out of retirement simply because they ran out of money. So now he's working as a 77-year-old electrician and she's working as a 66-year-old legal administrator, and they're both earning about $14 an hour or something like that in these current roles. But, you know, it got me to thinking. I was looking at the comments on that video, and it ranged anywhere from, oh, they didn't save and they didn't prepare, to all the way to the large corporations put Americans in this situation. And to that, I say it's a little bit of both, right? Because pensions are now a thing of the past. So it's on us to figure out our retirement planning, and it has to start so early on. And one thing the man said in that video or that documentary is that nobody told them or taught them or guided them into saving and planning for retirement.
401k is your best bet to save and plan for retirement, and put a little bit more. Don't just do what your company's going to match. You put a little bit more. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Put a little bit more, okay? Put a little bit more in your 401k. That would help you in the long run. And also invest. Invest your money, because that's the one thing that's not taught to anyone is the stock market. That's the one thing. Investments. Yeah. Invest your money. Stop keeping your money in your savings account. The little bit of money that you make from TikTok, you know, couple $100, don't go spend that money on a new phone or new clothes or new shoes. You better put that money into Apple stock. Put that money into something. Nvidia. Learn the stock market. You don't need to be a day trader. No. Go for the long haul. Slowly dump money into Apple stock. Over 40 years, you'll be a rich man or woman. You trust when I say that. You guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Am I wrong? I just think that's probably the best bet for most people in their retirement, because nowadays things are looking a little bit rocky. But if you can, leave a like on this video, subscribe, comment, share, all that good jazz. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And YouTube has picked a video just for you to watch next. Click that on your screen. I'll see you in the next.